Okay, welcome back again to some Napoleon Total War action. It's going to be 1 versus 1 naval match on the Trafalgar map, so it was kind of inevitable. Myself, Lightman versus Warrior Torpedo, I think, something like that. So I'm going to be playing as Spain, because why not? And yeah, given this is my very first naval battle ever, you can probably imagine how well this is going to go. So just review the actually, no, just fast forward. Actually, fuck it. And while we're fast forwarding, we'll review the ship lineup. The ship lineup. So we do have a bomb catch and a rocket ship, and we've also got 80 gun ship of the line, 80 gun ship of the lines. We've got 122 gun ships of the lines. Got something else. Ironclads. Okay, so we've got the ironclads. Of course, got the Santissima Trinidad, and also got a couple of sloops, which apparently sort of act like light infantry, for lack of a better word. But unlike light infantry, they really don't do that much damage. Yeah, barely any fucking cannons on them. But we'll see what happens though. Fast forwarding, get to victory, and well, I don't really know too much about this sort of naval combat, the strategy for it, for this era, should I say. Probably know more about modern naval combat, funnily enough, than I do about this era. But I do know that generally you want to cross the T, and you have to keep in mind, you know, where the wind's blowing, how hard it's blowing, that sort of stuff. But yeah, you want to generally cross the T, which basically means get your units to sort of... it's basically like attacking an enfilade, basically, or is it defilade? No, it's an enfilade. Yeah, attacking the enemy in enfilade. So say for example there was like a T there, so the enemy ships would be like in that little line, and your line would be there, crossing the T, basically attacking their line in enfilade. As far as I understand it, that's basically what it comes down to. But what me and my ally are doing doesn't seem to resemble that at all. We're not crossing anything, it seems. Actually, no, wait a minute. No, I think my ally is trying to form a bit of a line here, and as myself, I'm forming a bit of a line as well, apparently. So probably not crossing any T's, I think. Not crossing any T's, but we'll see what happens though. I mean, this sloop is going to fire off a few shots, hopefully. It has longer range. Oh, actually. Okay, it does have longer range at the very least. I still have to be careful. It's not that much longer than the other ships, although it is pretty fast though. Actually, what's the direction of the wind again? Oh, right there, actually. So, yeah, okay. Good, this thing can actually... hopefully use the wind to its advantage. It is getting shot to pieces just a bit though, and I'm continuing to sail it straight into the Armada, which is probably not going to work out too well for me. Whoopsie long. There we go. Finally getting it to turn around, firing a couple of... no, just a one shot off. For fuck's sake, or whatever, he needs to get out of there. And I do have another sloop incoming, but look at that. That is way too freaking close, and ouch. Yeah, these sloops are going to suffer a bit, to say the least, but yeah, interestingly enough, we just look at my opponent's fleet. He's basically got, I don't think he actually has any steamships. Not from what I can tell. He's basically got mostly 80 gun, 90 gun, 122 guns, 74 guns. I think I mentioned 90 guns, yes, 74. So he's basically got what you could call the regular ships, ships of the line, I guess, whatever they're meant to be called, to face off against me. Well, I've got a slightly more varied fleet. I've got sloops. I've got ironclads, so they're basically armoured steamships. Still have to watch out for boiler explosions though. And I've also got the Trinidad, there we go, the Santissima Trinidad. You can only get one of these. And I believe it's, I think it's the single most powerful warship in the game. Well, if not in the game, then at the very least in the Spanish Armada in-game. So, there we go, very impressive little ship. It's got 140 cannons. I think that's on both sides, so I think... 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, blah blah blah. Yeah, I think it's actually, yeah, in total it's got 140 cannons. I think that's how it works. I think that's how it counts it up. And yeah, we're basically going to be going straight into the battle. So, yeah, this is weird. It definitely felt weird when I was playing it. I definitely was not used to this style of combat at all. One thing I definitely could have done better, of course, was well, making sure that my sloops didn't actually get that freaking close. But yeah, as you can see, they're getting shot to pieces. The wind is pointing towards the east, so this guy's going to be sailing against the wind, not going to be sailing particularly quickly, while this guy is sort of sailing perpendicular to the wind. I'm not entirely sure how that actually works out when it comes to speed. I guess he can still take advantage of the wind, sort of, because he's sort of sailing with the wind, but not quite. But, whatever, he should be fine, I guess. This guy, on the other hand, this sloop is probably going to get destroyed. It looks like my ironclad is going to sail straight into combat, and yeah, let's see how he fares. Probably not going to fare that well though, sailing off on his own. And let's just have a look actually, because yeah, this is an ironclad. We actually do have a little smokestack there. Its armor, it says it's an ironclad, but I'm seeing a wooden hull here. At least it looks like a wooden hull to me. We can actually look into the ship itself as well. As you can see, I was not meant to actually zoom in there with the default camera, which is why I've got the debug camera instead. So there you go. So we'll see how it fares. The ironclad, yeah, the thing you have to watch out for, even if it does have iron armor on it, I'm guessing that's what this red painted armor is going to be. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, but yeah, even though it's got the armor, you still have to watch out because this thing can still detonate due to stray enemy shots that manage to make it through. And this thing being right in the thick of it, well, we'll see what happens. It is firing at this 74 gun. It should be able to take it out, but yeah, this smokestack is going to be a bit of a liability there. I mean, it's basically meant to, I don't think it's actually really meant to get into the thick of things. Even with its ironclad armor, it's really, it's meant to use, well, speed and armor to its advantage. A bit almost like a, Jesus, that is loud actually, a bit almost like a, main battle, well, maybe not quite like a main battle tank really, that's the closest analogy I can think of, but generally put, I don't think it's actually meant to charge straight in and basically just stand there taking shots like a more regular ship. But it definitely does have very significant armor on it, but the danger of boiler explosion might be a bit much though. I think it definitely needs to use its speed a bit more compared to, say, the Trinidad, which is incredibly slow and is basically it's basically there just to beat the shit out of anything that comes into range of it, while being able to take loads of damage as well. So it's a bit more of a centerpiece ship, if you want to call it that. It definitely can't really function on its own though, so I don't know what the hell I'm doing. These guys should be coming forward, for God's sake, to actually help, but they're not. So battle is well and truly joined. Looks like my opponent's power is way above mine. The bomb catch and the rocket ship are not really doing too much, to say the least. In fact, I'm pretty sure that I got rid of them after this particular match, just because they didn't really seem to contribute too much. I mean, it's nice, you know, they can fire with impunity, but look at the actual firepower. 14, oh no, that's actually 14 regular cannons, so I think it's 14 cannons plus the bomb on it, which is... Where is the actual bomb on it? The mortar. That's not it. Is this it? That's it? Wow, okay. Wow, okay then. And these things are not exactly that cheap either. Indeed. We also got the rocket ship with the rockets at the front here, and yeah, better than nothing, but yeah. And only 3 regular cannons, so yeah. Not that great. At the very least, we are managing to rout some of their ships, but yeah, definitely got our work cut out for us, to say the least. We do have the America ship, 122 gun ship, very nice indeed, and another ironclad, basically, yeah, trying to corner and destroy these 98 guns, oh sorry, 98 gun and 88 gun ships. We'll see what happens though. This one's actually continuing to take fire. Okay. Should have maybe told this guy to hold fire. He actually slammed a few of his shots straight into this fucking 122 gun ship, but anyway. Now, well, what can you do? His power apparently is still favouring my opponents, which is interesting because I'm pretty sure that our forces are still relatively even, but well, what can you do? Trinidad is absorbing a crap loads of damage on behalf of the fleet, and yeah, as you can see, my sloops are in a bit of trouble actually. In fact, so is my rocket ship and my bomb catch actually. In fact, we've got a rogue 122 gun ship, the Richmond, is that it? Yeah, the Richmond coming straight in, trying to take out the bomb catch and the rocket ship. And at the very least, my ironclad is, well, he's there to intercept And we'll see how this works out. Actually, he should have more. Well, at the very least, this the Richmond ship, he actually has suffered quite a bit of damage on this on the right side of his ship. I can't remember if that's meant to be starboard or port or whatever, but he suffered quite a bit of damage, as you can see by the little damage indicator there. But still, though, we'll have to wait and see if he can still take out these guys. In fact, I don't know, he actually might be rotating around to do just that. I think they're in cannon range, and is he going to fire? Let's wait and see. I think he is actually. They should be in range, but I don't know why he's not firing exactly. He's lost a few guns here and there, as you can see. Either that or they're rotated in a very... dear. Oh dear. They're rotated in a very strange way, but yeah, I think that's it. And there we go, we actually do have manual fire being engaged by the... really being engaged by the bomb catch for some reason. Interesting. And, here we go. Yep, he's rotating his ship around. Yep, so now he's going to be presenting a much stronger side there, which kind of sucks. And of course he's going to basically just blow the fuck out of these ships. These guys are not very cheap, and they basically did nothing for the entire match there. So, whoops. What can you do away? At the very least, the Trinidad seems to be faring a little bit better. It has sustained quite a bit of damage on its right side though, but well, there we go. I don't think anything's going to be able to... yeah, there we go. As long as I keep them from firing on this side of the ship, on the right side, should I say, not on the left side, which is I think what I was indicating with the mouse there by accident. But on the right side here, I think I should be alright. This thing is definitely absorbing a colossal amount of damage. Its morale is still good to go, but yep, it is going to get flanked by the Dolphin, the 74 gun. Not particularly that great of a ship versus the Trinidad, but at the same time, this side of the Trinidad has been weakened significantly. Thankfully, though, we do manage to get this guy to rout, so he's going to do nothing. But unfortunately for me, I am going to be... what the hell was I thinking? I'm going to be completely exposing this side of the Trinidad to well, to this British ship, the 100 gunship, 106 gunship, as well as the Pigot 74 gunship as well. So Trinidad, I'm not going to be making the best use out of it. I have to make sure to rotate it back once it starts suffering loads of damage there. We'll see how that works out though. Power bar is still greatly favouring my opponents though. Not too surprising given my ship choices and also the way that I've been manoeuvring them around. At the very least though, the bomb catch is still alive. God, that crapped mice. So the bomb catch is still alive. These two ships are not doing too much though. They're mostly just focusing on the Agincourt 98 gun ship. And oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah, things are kind of looking kind of dire for me, to say the least. Yeah, well, still managing to take a few shots here and there. So yeah, this ship, yep, is basically going to be completely destroyed, or at the very least, it's going to rout. It's taken loads of damage to its left flank there. Very nicely done. This British ship is also taking quite a bit of damage to its left flank as well, but it is showing its good flank to me, which kind of sucks. The Trinidad, unfortunately, is going to be routing though, which is a bit of a shame, really, because oh, great. Anyway, the Trinidad is, yeah, unfortunately going to be routing there, which is very unfortunate because it actually would have had a great opportunity to engage the Hirmani and take it out, but nope, he is routing. Very unfortunate that I showed off his weak side like that, but yeah, well, it's all a learning experience. Naval, kind of like in Wargame Red Dragon, it's not particularly popular as a game mode compared to the other game modes. It's still interesting to see, though, to play and see. If only because it's so different from the land battles, basically. And speaking of which, the Hermione is in danger of actually getting completely destroyed on her left side. But looks like my ship is not actually going to try to do that. No, this is a bit of a mistake. Damn it. This guy, he should have just... damn it, he should have taken pot shots against the Hermione. He might have been able to either destroy her outright or just get her to rout due to the heavy damage she sustains. But oh well, missed opportunities everywhere. I think that's the best way to describe this game for myself, basically. Just missing opportunities everywhere and something blowing up catastrophically. Not 100% sure what that was, actually, but the soldiers, or the sailors, should I say, yep, they're all in the water, none of them remaining on the decks. Very clean decks, actually, no blood, of course. You'd think there'd be a you know, blood and body parts and all that with an explosion like that, but nope, in fact, pretty clean destruction actually. Not bad. In fact, he's still exposing his weak side for fuck's sake. Well, hopefully my San Mateo, the 80-gun ship of the line, is going to take advantage of that. But it's probably not going to make much of a difference anyway. Definitely on the run here. 120 gun is getting engaged a bit, but nah, just wasted all my shots against him. That was, yeah, not that great to say least. But wait a minute. Wait, hold the line. No, wait, hold the phone. The America ship, 122 gun ship, is in a position to take some shots off at the Hermione. Unfortunately though, it is not. It's being engaged by the Bristol, and it's not even engaging the Bristol or anything like that. It's engaging the Pigot, which has got plenty of armour to rely on, while the Hermione is just going to be sitting there. At the very least, this Richmond actually looks like it's going to ram me. The Richmond is going to be routing, or ramming, and taking loads of damage as well. But really, this, I should have gone for the Hermione, for fuck's sake. Bit of a mistake there, and it looks like they're not actually going to ram. Oh well. I don't think actually they can ram anyway. I don't think the engine really supports ramming of ships, or at least not the sort I'm thinking of, ramming and actually doing damage and all that. I don't think so. Not that I've seen anyway. But yeah, as you can see, I'm slowly getting whittled down. There were plenty of opportunities, as you can see, even probably more so than I missed in the actual replay. But no, unfortunately, didn't really take advantage of various opportunities. Various opportunities presented to me. Wasted loads of money on the long-range ships, which basically did nothing. I don't think the sloops really did too much either. And there we go. Quite a learning experience indeed. At the very least, I'm getting a few ships to actually route. So yeah, definitely. Oh, there we go. Finally, the Hermione is routing. About freaking time. But yeah, the power values, well, the power bar is starting to go back towards my favour, but my work is definitely still cut out for me though. Definitely would have made things much easier for myself if I, well, angled my ships a bit better, of course, and yeah, took advantage of various opportunities. But oh well, it's all a learning experience. Speaking of which, the America ship, indeed, the America ship is definitely in a bit of trouble, although no, his right flank is actually well, his right flank is actually not exposed, so that's good. But so this is an 80 gun ship, 122 gun ship. I think he should be able to take on the Shannon, but keep in mind the Shannon is being supported by the Pigots and the Leader as well. So yeah, the Medica might actually just get... oh, this is actually sinking as well. Anyway, the America ship is probably going to get flanked and destroyed, so yep, he's actually just going to just start routing, and yeah, things are looking pretty bad. In fact, I think all my ships are actually routing, except for this guy, the Ironclad. So I think actually one of the explosions might have been the Ironclad's boiler exploding, I'm not entirely sure. Well, with a bit of luck, hopefully this guy is going to blow up spectacularly as well. At the very least, I am showing my strongest side to my opponent, very nice. The only problem is that the Enterprise, from Star Trek of course, anyway, the Enterprise, he's, actually no, no, that's right, ships, they use a, she. So anyway, she is actually still got two good sides to her, and at the same time I am again showing off my weak side. Whoopsie long, what the hell was I thinking? So Enterprise is basically going to have a field day. In fact, I'm actually going to be routing. To be honest, I just want to see if this thing is going to blow up. That's really what I want to see. Not bloody boring gas routing. But nope, it looks like we're just going to have mass routing happening. No boiler explosions, oh well, except maybe for that previous one. I'm assuming that was a boiler explosion. Something blew up, so there we go, that's something. But no, we're just going to have mass routes instead. I don't know why the game hasn't ended yet, actually. All my stuff is... oh, because I still have one single ship that's not actually routing, apparently. The Triumphant, the 80 gun ship. Well, if he can actually pull a win, that'd be quite something. Well, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Looks like I'm switching over to manual control for my guns. This guy, his health is not that bad, but it's not that great either, so... there we go, you do manage to get an impressive broadside off, but that's against a 74 gun ship. And yeah, this guy's just going to get... yeah, he's going to get way too much firepower concentrated on him, and yeah, he's just going to get destroyed, basically. In fact, he's actually suffered quite a bit of damage on his right flank in general, while this Pigot is all fine and dandy, like sour candy. In fact, I think I might just fast forward actually, because I don't think anything else is really going to happen. Oh my god, but... So basically this is just going to go, yeah, my ships, not all of them are routing at once basically, so that's basically why the round hasn't ended yet. So I do still have the 80 gun ship of the line, down to 45 guns, as well as the San Sebastian ironclad, and that's about it really. I'm going to be sending them both into the fray, and we'll see what happens basically. The power bar is definitely not in my favour though, but well, what the hell, it actually wasn't looking that bad at one point. Yeah, not that bad at one point, but yeah, at this point I don't think I've got too much of a chance. We'll see though. I mean, it is an 80 gun ship versus 98 gun though. Did manage to get some nice shots off, and an ironclad as well though, so at the very least we should have... Oh, actually I might just play normal speed. We should have at the very least an opportunity to outmaneuver our opponents, especially if we keep the wind, if we keep that into account. But no, really, he's even taking the liberty to repair all of his ships, for God's sake. And why not? Might as well. Well, he was briefly repairing them, not anymore though, apparently. Indeed. So I think I was just trying to reform these guys so that they would have some sort of a chance, but really this 80 gun ship is just going to get out of there. And the ironclad has suffered loads of damage, and his weak side is going to be facing our opponents as well. So we might actually get a boiler explosion after all. We'll see what happens though. We'll see. I just fast forward actually, since he's not really doing too much. He's got the wrong side on Manual Tiger. Oh no, actually no, wait a minute, he's going to face a strong side against enemy. Well, that's something, I suppose, but it's not going to be enough. I mean, really. Amount of stuff that my opponent has, and he's repaired everything while I haven't. It's defeat. Not too surprising there. Still, interesting match though, definitely interesting. You might be seeing more Naval by myself in the future, but there you have it. I shall see you all next time.